All right, well, the Mill Pond Music Festival taking place this weekend at our gorgeous Mill Pond concert site. If you've never been out to Mill Pond, you got to get out there. And this year, once again, just some spectacular bands and friends and yoga and kids activities. I mean, if you're not going to go out to Mill Pond and get your face painted, why go out to Mill Pond? Coming up Friday, September 21st, Luke Linney kicking things off at 6:30, followed by Lori Lewis and David Miles. Saturday, starting at noon with Carbe Duran, the Rita Hosking Trio, Ben Hunter and Joe Siemens, Sam Reeder and the Human Hands, and then Kyle Hubel and the Dixie Club Ramblers wrapping it up Saturday night, Jungle Fire. Hey, on Sunday, the UNLV Rebel Steel kicking things off at Mill Pond at 11 a.m. The Cinco Pass just afternoon, Suitcase Junket after that, Fula Muse, and then Joe Craven and the Sometimers presenting the Garcia Songbook. Looking forward to that, as well as the Mill Pond All-Star Jam. There's all sorts of open mics and, as we said, kids activities. Urge you to head to the website, inyo.org. You want to get to Mill Pond. Inyo Council for the Arts putting on the Mill Pond Music Festival this weekend. And as I say, if you've never been out there, absolutely gorgeous backdrop and some really nice folks. Great vibe, as always, out at Mill Pond. Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave Media, noting that Inyo County budgets prepared by former CAO Kevin Caruncio have traditionally included appropriate Bob Dylan lyrics. Don't ask Caruncio how many Dylan concerts he's seen. The 2018-2019 version was just a little different. Now, what was different, Deb Murphy writes, was the choice of Down in the Dumps, Working Man Blues #2 lyrics. That is a bummer. The buying power of the proletariat's gone down. Money's getting shallow and weak. Now compare that to what looks like an extraordinarily happy budget approved at the September 11th board meeting of the Inyo County Board of Supervisors. The budget includes funding for 15 new hires, $7.8 million for the initial lease payment on the consolidated Inyo County office building, if the supervisors approve that move, and other goodies. Now, the general fund budget outlines expenses totaling $60,510,529, $56,651,053 in revenues, including budget items earmarked by specific funding. The total budget shows $100,393,501 in expenses, $96,579,653 in revenues, balanced out by $3,813,848 from the general fund balance, funding left over from last year. I barely have enough money to buy a soda. Kevin Caruncio credits county department's rigorous work on service redesign with the health of the finances. The process encouraged department heads and staff to take a long look at, quote, how the county provides and funds services, end quote, according to the former CAO Kevin Caruncio's budget prologue. Now, the healthy income comes from a realization of savings in the juvenile department and weight-based fee structure at the Bishop Sunland landfill. I was actually there today. Other increased revenue streams came from secured property tax, court fines, and property tax in lieu of vehicle license fees, as well as sales tax and transit occupancy taxes. Now, on the expense side, money has been earmarked for property in Lone Pine for a Inyo County facility for health and human services and probation, deferred maintenance projects, a replacement of the county's phone system, upgrading or replacing software, county website redesign, and the 21st Century Obsidian project. Now, improved wireless voice and data coverage in the valley, as well as environmental assessment to establish commercial air service at the Bishop Airport. Deb Murphy wraps up her story saying, apparently Inyo's money isn't getting either shallow or weak. Well, Mammoth Lakes Recreation Executive Director Mark McLean released a statement about legislation AB 1918, which sought to establish an Office of Sustainable Recreation, recently went before California Governor Jerry Brown. Now, passage of this bill would have created a mechanism to support recreation and conservation collaborations throughout the state, allowing California to further grow and capitalize on the $92 billion that consumers spend on outdoor recreation. Mac McLean writes that it saddens him to inform us that Governor Brown vetoed AB 1918. Now, while this is a setback for the statewide reform, McLean said he is excited to share that Mono County, the town of Mammoth Lakes, United States Forest Service, and Mammoth Lakes Recreation have established the Eastern Sierra Sustainable Recreation Partnership. It's described as a unique collaborative partnership based in the Eastern Sierra. Mono County and town of Mammoth Lakes have agreed to provide startup funding for an Eastern Sierra Sustainable Recreation Coordinator position, which will live under Mammoth Lakes Recreation, where he or she will focus on coordinating interagency land management and recreational programming and projects, trail planning, design and construction, environmental analysis, permitting, stakeholder outreach, and more. Now, the Eastern Sierra Sustainable Recreation Coordinator will be focused exclusively on working to enhance sustainable recreation in the Eastern Sierra. Now, McLean writes, while Mono County and the town of Mammoth Lakes have provided the startup money for this position, there is much work to do and they would like some help. If you would like to make some donations in support of sustainable recreation in the Eastern Sierra, I urge you to go to the website, mammothLakesRecreation.org, to donate. Mammoth Lakes Recreation has also announced a new website. The new site focuses on communicating Mammoth Lakes Recreation mission to enhance recreation, arts, culture, and mobility to the Eastern Sierra. Executive Director Matt McLean said, as a community foundation, we measure our success by the success of our partners. Our new site provides a platform for donors to see how and where their support is making a difference in our community. Now, designed for optimized user experience, the new site is compatible with desktop, tablet, and mobile devices and allows for the use of rich media without the need to download Flash or other plugins. Visitors will be able to learn about the organization and its partners, make donations, and even shop for Mammoth Lakes Recreation merchandise on the site. Mammoth Lakes Recreation's new website, designed by San Clemente-based creative agency Brand Buddha. Now, said Paul Saunders, creative director of Brand Buddha, so many of us grew up in Southern California, grew up thinking of Mammoth Lakes as the place for great snow and fishing. But now we know that Mammoth Lakes is so much more than that. We are excited to help position Mammoth Lakes Recreation through their new site and evolving online resource where visitors, residents, and stakeholders can experience the vision and mission of Mammoth Lakes Recreation firsthand. Public can now explore Mammoth Lakes Recreation's new website, mammothLakesRecreation.org. We'll be back with more news.